patience. It is one of the biggest struggles we have as humans. If we transfer our lot in life, or where we are at this point in our lives, it can have a profound impact, naturally, on our thought processes, which translates and transfers into our decision-making processes when it comes especially in the realm of investing. Think about where you're at. Maybe you're married, maybe you've got a couple of kids, maybe you're going to college, maybe you are putting somebody through college. The idea that I have to make money, I've got to. We need to switch, literally switch that thought process into one is, I have to make good investing and or trading decisions. I have to make good decisions. If I do that, the money will follow. If we think about the money, and I've been there, if we think about the money, it clouds our thought processes. So what do? Is we pull back and we say to ourselves, I am going to focus not on the money, I'm going to focus on good investing, trading, execution. I'm not going to sit there and look and say, wow, man, look at this. This is huge. Look at the money we've made. Wow, this is great. No. High emotions and good investing are mutually exclusive. We have to just say, oh, this is good. We know what to look for. This is good. Yeah, and it's a good trend. Oh, it's made a good move. I think I'm going to sell a little bit. Just know that I guaranteed some profits. And we'll just monitor and see how it acts on the chart. Instead of focusing, again, on the money, we focus on good thought processes and investing decisions. And it really makes a difference. But you have to work at it. When it comes to investing, we all know, let's cut to the chase, it's a stressful situation. Just doing the act itself is stressful. You compound it with, why am I doing this? I got to make some money. It really screws up our heads. Okay, that's just the facts. So what does it take to duplicate successful trading? There are three primary factors involved in duplicating success: beliefs, mental states, mental strategies. Team, how many times do I talk about if this, then that, right? If this happens, we do that. Mental strategies. It helps us. We know what to do before we need to do it. Top traders believe, one, money is not, and that's in all caps, money is not important. It is okay to lose in the markets. Trading is a game. Mental rehearsal is important for success. We know what to do. We know what to do before we need to do it, right? That's what we try to teach. They've won the game before they start. You've seen firsthand the moves some of these stocks have made. You're looking at one right there, and you say to yourself, by Jove, I'm sticking with this clean and simple base pattern type of stuff. And you know what? When you make your mind up to do that and stay true to it and master it, so what do we need to do? To be successful, we do need to create an internal environment, a positive internal environment. Create imagery that respects you, that makes you feel important. Again, this isn't hocus pocus. Folks, just for those that don't know, I've been involved in preventing 3 different suicides in my life, okay? Getting down deep, down and dirty with people. So yeah, I'm serious about it. Not that this is suicidal stuff, okay? Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Bitching and moaning won't help. Keep your ego out of trading. Concentrate on how you can develop as a trader. How can you increase your base of knowledge and improve your execution strategies? Work to consistently improve. Work for excellence, not perfection. Excellence provides results. Perfection produces ulcers. That's a profound thought, folks. Concentrate on solutions. Don't reiterate problems. Identify your own strengths and weaknesses. Learn from your mistakes. A lot of people don't do that. They have to take a hard look at themselves. I've said this before at various venues. The reason why a lot of people don't really take a really hard look at themselves, really hard look, because they may not like what they see. So we got to look at it. We got to improve. We got to get better. Take personal responsibility for all decisions, not just the good trades. Develop a system for referring back to and analyzing trades you have made. Team, have you ever thought about it? How many charts do I post every day to help us train our eyes and mind on what to look for? Invest your time wisely. Concentrate on what works. It is essential that you direct your focus on the practical and not solely on the theoretical. And what we show here is practical. It's right in front of us. And most importantly, always remember there is a tomorrow. Don't try to do it all today. We need to focus on ourselves and on the charts and look and say, what works the best? What is the most consistent? And then how will that work? How can I apply that for me? How can I do this? And one of the best things we can do is, of course, analyze ourselves and analyze the charts. And we have found that it's just really good. And again, this is 30 years of doing this. That the best approach is just really a clean and simple pattern that everybody can see. It increases the odds that they'll buy also. And it's also good, and this is a good study, folks. Don't always look at charts after the fact. Study them before the fact so that you can train your eyes and mind on what to look for. So let's go through some right here. Here's Amazon. It had just formed, and I drew this. This had just formed a big picture. We drew this and discussed in the video. A big picture cup and a handle formation. Here's the cup, and there's the handle right up here, a high handle. That's it. I know it's a rather cryptic drawing, but you get the point, okay? And you could have tea or coffee in there, whatever you prefer. Or on some mornings, maybe it's whiskey. Just kidding, okay? So, and it's just clean tops right here. And it's a matchless stock. And what do we want to see? We want to take out the top of the handle on volume. And it does it. And there you go. That's it. I'll make this a little bit bigger now so we can study it. There's one. Let's go to the next one. And by the way, all of these are keyless stocks, past keyless stocks, that members own. Apache. It's just a clean base right there. Just said if it takes out the tops of that bar, that could be good. And what caught my eye on it? A, it's in a great group, and it had great numbers, okay? So it makes the cut. Look at the volume pickup on this bar. I said, man, this is picking up. Maybe this is going to lift off. Also, take a look. You have a bigger picture. You see the cup and handle right there? I'll draw it for us. If I can get to, I can't get the line thing is covered here. I apologize. Well, there's the line right there. There you go. You can just draw it. See that yellow line? That's it. Nothing fancy. And advance it one bar. And it lifts through on heavy volume. Heavier volume than this down volume bar. And what does it do? Well, you know what it does. It does this. There you go. It's simple. Let's do another one here. IWM. I'll make this a little bit bigger. And note the volume. It's just a simple flat base. What is this? These points are the points of resistance, right? It runs up and it falls. It met with sellers. It runs up and it falls. It's met with sellers. What do we want to do? We want to see the sellers finally be worn out and the buyers take over. And how would it be reflected? Two ways, in price movement and volume. There you go. Applied materials. Just a clean base right here, folks. Look at the weekly. That's a monthly, my apologies. There's the weekly. Look at those long tops. I mean, look at that. Going all the way back there. You see that? Look at that long line. All the way across, and it pushes up. Now, there wasn't much volume. I'm going to check this weekly volume. I think that's off. Bear with me. I could be wrong. There we go. That's a little bit better. There's the weekly. Now go to the daily and look at the volume pickup right there when it pushes through those tops. There you go. It's simple. Amberella, simple flat base, and it lifts through on a volume pickup. Datadog. ESI, here and here. I'll drag this over so you can see it. Shrink it a bit too. There you go. See the line right there? I just connected the tops. It's nothing fancy, and I know you can say, yeah, you really? No, it really is. Just connecting the tops. And why do we want simple? It increases the odds that other people will see what we see and will therefore act on it with us. And how will it be reflected? In a price move combined with a volume move. Does it work every time? Nothing works every time. Nothing. If it did, you would have some investors who own the world. Okay? So nothing works all the time. But what do? We control risk. Look at the clean tops. You can see the theme over and over. Look at the clean base. And it lifted through. Now that was earnings, but the clean base. It was a launch pad. IIPR. It's just simple. Watch this. Just tops. You'll say if it takes out that line, that would be good. And it did it. And look at the volume surge. On this bar, see right there? It did 102,000 shares. On this bar, it did 320,000 shares. It did more than triple the volume on the previous bar. That's what we like to see. And it marched. It marched. Intuit down here on a volume pickup. It wasn't explosive volume, but it was a volume pickup. And it worked. Let's pull back here a little bit, and I think this is important. We know what works from a fundamental perspective, companies with great earnings or sales in leading groups. We know what works from a technical perspective. What do? We combine those two foundations together, and it helps us find stocks that can really run. I mean, look at this, folks. Now, those are game changers. And you can say, Pat, I don't own it. That's okay. That's all right. You're not going to own all of them. But the important thing is we are developing and honing our skill set from a technological, okay, with the charts, okay, but also fundamentally and psychologically, and always limit losses. I think that's so important. I encourage you, turn off the noise of all the inputs that are out there, saying, I'm getting a grasp of this. I'm seeing what to look for. I'm only going to focus on that. I can live with it. If I miss one, that's okay. There's a problem a lot of people have, and I'm not saying you do, but, I got to look at this one. Oh, wait, I got to look at this one. And pretty soon, we're no longer true to our foundations. And I just showed you recent examples, and I can show you examples from years ago. I can show you examples from decades ago of stocks that I owned that did the exact same thing as this, as all these that I just showed you. It repeats over and over. So knowing that, and resting in that, we can think clearer. Clearer thinking leads naturally to better decision making. We know what to do. We know what to do to buy. We know what to do to sell into strength. We know what to do to limit losses. We know that it's best to focus on the daily chart or weekly, and then if it's approaching the pivot, look at the hourly or 30-minute or maybe 10-minute and look for volume surge. Look for those, and that will really help you. Clean and simple bases. The precedent, the foundation, always on the daily chart first, okay? Or maybe weekly, always. And then we fine tune it down so that it makes sense.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.